everyone, welcome to Bickering Book Reviews. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Becky.
And today we're talking about The Summer of Broken Things by Margaret Peterson Haddix. We both got, did you get it from Edelweiss? Because I got it from Edelweiss.
I think I got it through NetGalley.
Oh, lucky duck. Yeah. So we got it from different platforms. Okay, so this book, I'm just going to give you a quick rundown. It is, Avery wants to spend the summer with her friends at soccer camp. However, her father is forcing her to spend summer with him in Spain. He allows her to bring a friend along, but he chooses the friend. Kayla, the friend he chooses, is a poor girl whose mother was friends with Avery's nanny when they were younger. Kayla has stayed in brief contact with Avery's family over the years. Avery's father decides that she would be the best traveling companion. The girls are very different, which becomes quickly apparent from their different reactions to traveling across the world. Avery seems to take everything for granted, something Kayla has never had the chance to even dream about because her father is in a coma from being in a car accident, and she works with the elderly at a local nursing home. Will Kayla be able to grow more from her experience in a new place without allowing Avery to bring her down? Will Avery take a page out of Kayla's book and become a better person?
Oh, this book. I suggested this book because Margaret Peterson Haddix, and I've only really read like one of her books, but like kids love her books.
Well, no, I mean I've read like 10 or more. I should probably have counted. I've read a lot of her books.
This book just, it didn't work. It's like, and like you reading your description kind of made me think of this. This is another one where like we're going to throw everything at the wall and see what sticks.
Yeah, I think...
And nothing stuck.
So typically I like her books. I think they're very interesting. This one didn't work for me either. I think, like, if you took it down to the basics, if you took it back to character development, I think that's kind of really where the issue stemmed from.
Oh, I literally did not want to read about Avery, and I found Kayla to be written so stereotypical, poor girl from the middle of nowhere, that it was almost offensive.
I mean, no, they were both caricatures of their kind of characterizations because, you know, one's the spoiled brat and the other one, it was very,
And Avery is rich and thin and pretty, but Kayla is dumpy and poor and kind of not as pretty, and, you know, and I feel like it almost felt like they were making fun of Kayla throughout the book. Like, the book was making fun of Kayla. Like, there's a part where they go to Target and they spend all this money, and she's worried about them spending this much money. And I felt like it was almost, the narrative was almost mocking her.
I think that is, I think you're hitting on kind of more my issues with it, as far as it seemed like that was true for everything. It seemed like it was just kind of mocking the experiences all throughout. Like, even, for example, that scene in the Holocaust Museum when they go and, like, their reactions to the Holocaust Museum and kind of this great tragedy. It just seemed like it cheapened the whole kind of experience that you would have at the museum and the historical tragedy that it was.
Well,
I mean...
And it doesn't fit in anywhere else in the narrative. Do they really revisit that?
They revisit it, but it doesn't further anything. Like, they talk about it occasionally, but it doesn't further anything. And so it felt like a cheap trick, I guess.
I can't really articulate, like, honestly, to me, it started with the characters. Like, from page one, I did not care for the characters. And I think that if it had just been, like, one of their stories and the characters had been better developed, it would have been easier, but because
it's so strange, because this is the type of book that I love. I love
I usually like
travel to Europe, the kind of bettering yourself and all. Like, I just love those summer kind of fun books. But this is the first one in a very long time that I just couldn't get into.
Did you really feel like, though, that the setting of Europe was fully developed? I feel like it could have been based anywhere.
I don't know. I mean, I think she brought in some interesting points. Like, I really didn't know a lot of Spain's history. Like, that was interesting, and it really could have made this book unique. I think also there's the plot line of surrogacy.
And that was very interesting, and that was the only redeeming part of the whole book, and it was barely, like, I felt like it came way too late, and it was, like, kind of glossed over.
Because more was put into showing the differences between the two main characters, as opposed to really kind of delving into any of the other issues that were going on within the book.
This felt like, the whole showing, not telling. This was like, we were told they were different. They were like, I think it was everything. Like, one was blonde, one had dark hair, one was thin, one was chubby, one was rich, one was poor. It was every aspect they were opposites. And it was like, hitting you over the head with a hammer, telling you over and over and over.
I think what it was is, if this were a children's novel, you could get away with kind of some of that, because in children's novels, it's a little bit easier to kind of pass that stuff off. But when you bring it into the teen world, like, you can't, you need to develop everything. I think we're ready to rate it.
We are ready to rate it.
So our rating scale goes from 5 unicorns down to 2 unicorns, and if it was not so good and doesn't deserve a horn, it is a horse. So where are you at?
I gave it a 2 on Goodreads, but I'm lingering down towards like a horse. I'm going to stay with a 2 because, I mean, there are some people out there that probably would like this book.
I'm going to go with a 2 just because of the unique aspect of the Surrogacy plotline.
That's true.
It doesn't exist.
And there are
books I know, and
a lot of kids, that would talk to them.
So that's where I'm at.
Yep, that's where we are on Summer Broken Things by Margaret Peterson Haddix.
See you around.
Bye.